Today, we are going to visit an old-school egg farm. On regular day-to-day operations, this farm don't use antibiotics, pesticides, rodenticides, and disinfectants unless it's really needed. Power usage below the average level of an ordinary American household. How they did it, let's go and see. In the realm of agriculture, it goes by the name of a commercial layer poultry farm, whereas for us consumers, it's simply referred to as an egg farm or by whatever term suits our preference. The farm we're exploring today was founded in 1991 and is considered a multi-age farm. Meaning, you can find day-old chicks, growers, pre-layers, and layer hens all raised together in one farm complex. In the Western world, this is considered wrong, due to biosecurity reasons. The process begins with day-old chicks before an egg can be produced. Arrived from a hatchery within 24 hours upon hatching, these day-old chicks are 99% females. In the relatively compact structure known as the brooding house, these chicks will reside for the next 35 days, given the utmost care possible, for they are the future layers. Making sure they had enough liquids, feeds, and the right room temperature. Males are not raised here, since males' chickens don't lay eggs, and yes, hens don't need males to lay eggs. In this setting, thermometers are not utilized. Instead, the farmers rely on observing the body language of the chicks, which effectively indicates whether it's too hot or too cold. At this point, the flock will be administered vaccines for various poultry diseases once or twice a week through their drinking water. Injected and drop. At 10 days old, their beaks are being trimmed down. This is to ensure that peaking will not become lethal. Non-trimmed beaks are sharp and can easily puncture skin and muscle tissue. Is left unchecked could result to mortality as high as 20%. Seconds after their beaks are trimmed, they can immediately feed and drink as if nothing happened. On their second stage of development, the birds are transferred to another house, known as the growing house. This is where the flock will spend their next 11 weeks. Eating, drinking, and sleeping is all they do for now. Same as before, they are treated like queens, making them as comfortable as possible. When the birds reach 16 weeks old, it will be transferred to laying cages. On the third stage of their life is when they will repay the farmer's hospitality by laying him eggs. These birds are German-bred white leghorns, which is capable to lay around 350 eggs when they reach the age of 80 weeks. At their peak, they can lay an egg every 25 hours. As the hen ages, rate of lay starts to decline. At this farm, all tasks are done manually. Farmers collects the eggs daily. Then, the eggs are placed into this machine to sort them according to weight. This machine can sort up to 10,000 eggs per hour. Layers are fed mainly with grains, mainly yellow corn, wheat, and soybean meal. Vitamins and minerals are also added into the feed, as these birds demands very high nutrition as they lay egg. Imagine giving birth every 25 hours. On this farm, artificial lighting is provided only 5 hours a day during nighttime, while factory farms needs to provide 16 hours of artificial lighting. Hens needs light to stimulate egg lay. If daylight is too short, which occurs naturally during winter seasons, chickens will cease to lay eggs. So to ensure layer hens lays eggs whole year round, artificial lighting is provided. On factory farms where birds are kept so crowded, they need an artificial controlled environment where the temperature, humidity, and airflow is controlled mainly with large ventilation fans, running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But here is all natural. Birds can feel the breeze and get sunshines in times of the day. The use of electricity at this farm is at minimum. At this farm, nothing goes to waste. Even the birds' manure are sold as fertilizers, a better choice over synthetic fertilizers. Routinely, the dung is sprayed with indigenous microorganisms, which is cultivated within the farm complex. It contains billions of beneficial bacteria, yeast, and fungi, which aid in biodegradation, bioleaching, and nitrogen fixation. As a result, reducing the smell of droppings to almost barely noticeable. Antibiotics residues can accumulate in the egg when administered to laying hens. Instead of giving antibiotics to prevent disease, birds are vaccinated regularly. It is very safe and won't stress the birds. To control the weeds on the farm, goats are used instead of lawn mowers and herbicide. Pesticides are also not used. Instead, their natural predators are introduced, such as these staphylinid beetles and Carcinops pomelio beetles, which preys on flies' larvae and eggs. Cats are natural predators of rats, so it's no surprise that the farm housed so many of them. Subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.